This is just a poem. I am a bastard, but society may label me as an adolescent, another statistic born to a single mother that I know nothing of other than her last name and profession. I met the streets when I was 11. I started drinking at 13, got introduced to drugs at 14. About 15, I caught my first offense. I've been in and out of the system since the streets practically raised me. The few chances the world gave me were tainted because I was often confronted by my background, burdened by past choices. My story would probably attract you a lot more if I was a rapper, and that pretty much just leaves me stereotyped and voiceless. I don't believe in God anymore because heaven to me seems pointless. I ran out of reasons to pray for and things to say. Like I knew I wasn't going to be saved or ordained by any Hail Marys, and my nature isn't going to be reformed by our Father, so now I don't even bother. Besides, it's not like I've ever met mine anyway. It's just a poem. I am a Muslim, a 13-year-old boy of my caretaker residing on Islamic soils. I wish to one day write America a love letter, but it's like y'all only reply to terror threats better. Not sure if this is your way of overreacting or just how easily your government keeps you taxpayers distracted. I don't know exactly what your method of seeking peace is after finding my entire family's bodies blown to pieces thanks to your people. So now I understand why my people are so adamant about taking books out of our hands and replacing them with guns. I mean, you all can be that dumb and naive to believe that we're just a bunch of terrorists, meanwhile so accepting to how it's your president that finds a way to resolve an internal issue by constantly bombing outside nations with missiles that cost enough to fund the education of y'all's entire dying generation. This is just a poem. I'm a valedictorian, a straight-A student who graduated stupid, and I have the plaques to prove it. I finished top 5 each time. I perfectly attended nothing but AP classes. I should be proud of myself when receiving my master's, but I didn't think that even after walking across that stage, to this day, I'd still be living to the same degree as a slave. Making wages that's just a little over mediocre. I found out the hard way that America is a corporate joke that's sold to us by lies, attired in suits and ties that laugh at keeping us just over broke. I have yet to solve the veritable how or why each and every time I apply, I am told that I am either too inexperienced or too educated to qualify. This is just a poem. I am a single mother of 2. But only one seed was conceived. You see, I am currently waiting for my baby to take his first steps while I raise his father, as I hope and pray that they both will grow up one day. I am a single mother of 2. But only one seed was conceived. You see, I am currently waiting for my baby to take his first step while I raise his father, as I hope and pray that they both will grow up one day.
Ouch.
See, I got no attention. Yeah. I like to apologize. It's unfortunate we had to meet this way. It's a shame it took my imagination to paint you this portrait that portrays all of these portraits, but how dare any of you think this is just a poem when I just introduced you to people who are still waiting for that change that they was promised. I mean, let's be honest, we are all roses dying in the blackness of a sweet lie that's preached to our bleeding ears, while bottles of self-pity are prescribed to the masses to eat away at the tragedy worn on the face of a humanity that's lusting for fathers and sympathy. Our mothers are selling their bodies for commodity, while music, television, and technology bleeds out the sounds of the tears shed by our kids, while we think it's okay with getting away with pouring liquor over our ignorance until that shit tastes like it makes sense. This is not just a poem. This is the day and age in which we live, where her spirits are measured by whichever systematic belief she chooses to follow, where his masculinity is defined by his pigment and complexion, which proves that race and religion still speaks louder than common sense. This is not just a poem. This is me saying it's not okay for all of us to place the blame for all of the problems that we face solely on society, but it's far less than likely that any self-responsibility will be taken up, because nowadays, you people are much better at mourning than you are at waking up. This is not just a poem. This is a reality that we can't hide or run from. So the next time you fix it in your mind to want to be fascinated by a fabricated love poem, just think about those who are still waiting for this world to become one. That's true.